Hello everyone, I'm back on the SciCraft server. The last time I recorded something here was about 6 months ago and there hasn't been too much activity. So we mostly finished some large-scale projects, and if you're new to my channel, I occasionally do little update videos on the smaller projects I do on the server. And since we upgraded to 1.9 this week, there are a lot of small projects left to mostly fixing stuff. So here we are in our Nether hub. It has the nice feature that it connects to a lot of destinations with fast piston bolts, and most of them were broken in 1.9. So we had some little timing issues mostly, which were fixed part itself, but the activator rail part on top. So we use activator rails to get the player out of the minecart. It gets pushed under the minecart, then it's activated by this torch, player is ejected, and in 1.8 the minecart would fall down, but in 1.9 with the translocation behavior the minecart is grabbed along with the rail and it's in that position now, which is quite annoying. So what I did is replacing those. So we have a simple translocation elevator also based on the minecart to make it reliable, and it's not the fastest thing in the world, it's 10 blocks per second, but still decent enough for this short distance. And here's how we get the player out of the minecart. So this block will be powered from the back, then the activator rail is pushed on top of the piston, which is now possible in 1.9, and then the rail gets retracted again, minecart is in this position. When it extends again, then the minecart is pushed in that position and falls down. So that's how this works. The redstone is not very complex, so it's basically this. Here we shortened the pulse. Then we have 2 GameTick pulse that works with redstone torches and torch tower. And at the top we need a little redstone to push in the activator rail. There's also a way to fix the old slime block elevators. For example, here at the dual core oak tree farm, I fixed one of those. So here's what I do. Player is ejected, and to get the minecart back down again, I pull the rail and extend it again. So it requires a little space. I couldn't fit it in the Nether hub. That's why I replaced it there, but here that's what I do. So first you need the solid block here, otherwise the minecart would be translocated to the back and would fall down. So after the minecart is in this position here, I reject this block here, and then this sticky piston first retracts the block with the minecart on top and then extends again, and so it would fall down. Another small system that needed fixing was our villager sorter. So this connects to our villager breeders. They go up this item elevator, and in 1.9 the villagers aren't picked up that easily by minecarts anymore. So we used Unibit system as a workaround. The reason why I fixed the villager sorter was to get one of those guys. So this is the perfect mending villager. You get the mending books for 10 emeralds, and it's on the second trade slot, which is perfect because it means less clicking around if you want mending books. We also got a Frostwalker villager. He trades the Frostwalker 2 books for 44 emeralds. I already bought a double chest of Frostwalker books, but maybe we try to get a better one. I think the best trade is 16 emeralds for a book. And here's where we put those mending books to good use. So I spent about 3 hours yesterday together with Ragu to put mending on all of our tools. So each single item we have in those chests now has mending. So on all the shovels, all the axes, on all the armor we have. So it's pretty much best armor you can get, like the diamond helmet here with protection 4, unbreaking 3, respiration 3, aqua affinity and mending. Same goes for the bows. Those were quite expensive to enchant. To put the mending on those already quite good bows, you needed 33 levels. And yeah, we even have manning on a carrot and on a stick, or yeah, can also put manning on flint and steels now. So I'm breaking 3 manning flint and steel, perfect. So apart from fixing smaller projects that got broken in 1.9, I also want to show a new farm that I want to build for 1.9. So fast obsidian farms are broken because if you shoot an item through a portal, it would no longer regenerate the 5x5 platform under the end spawn point. You could of course send the player from the overworld to the end, so the platform would regenerate, but that's not really a viable option in my opinion, because you need to send the player back, and then you have the end credits. You would need a macro to click those end credits away to make it somewhat fast, and that doesn't seem like a viable option in my opinion, unless you use a macro or a script, and I don't want to do it unless it involves GI trading or crafting. And the second option I could think of was using the obsidian pillars in the end that would regenerate each time you resummon a dragon. But automating those would be quite a challenge, because you need a flying wizard cage. Yeah, I didn't attempt that. And the third option I could think of was using the obsidian from the nether portals, and that's what I'm trying here. So the plan is to break part of the obsidian portal with a wizard. So you can see already that's a very certain location in the nether where a 3x3 bedrock formation would form at the lowest possible layer. And the plan is to force generate the obsidian platform in the wizard cage basically. If everything works out, I can break 2 obsidian blocks each time I send the player to the nether, and then I need to send the player of course back to the overworld. So the plan is to have a separate portal on top of the nether, so the one from the overworld doesn't connect to those on top of the nether, but you can send the player back to the overworld and he would come out of a separate portal. So we already mined out the complete area here. I had some help from our new server member, our name is Friend. And to force generate the portal in a certain location, you need to make sure that there are no viable other locations in 60 blocks from the portal in each direction. To make sure that there are no viable locations, we decided to remove all of it, but I guess slabbing the whole thing would have been also an option, and then just do tribal error. If there's a cave somewhere, then a portal would generate there and you could easily find that. I guess that would have been even the smarter alternative, but we just went all out and just removed everything. Okay, and to go to the overworld I need to have a separate portal, which is at least 128 blocks away, because otherwise if I go back if I go from the overworld to the nether, I would connect to the colossal portal. So if I would have obsidian a nether portal here, it would go out there instead of force generating it under the bedrock. So already prepared, so let's go to the overworld. But unfortunately I'm about 1300 blocks away from the overworld location that would connect or force generate the obsidian portal. So here we are. If everything works out, this portal should force generate another portal in the location directly under the bedrock. Yeah, and this looks good. So I would have placed the wizard on a fence, which is here, and then you could break this block and also this block it's not much, but yeah, it's, I think the most you can do. Because if you force generate those are the portals with the with the small obsidian platforms on the side, they would always generate 10 blocks below the highest bedrock layer. So that's really the highest it would generate. As you saw, the portal in Overworld was also elevated, so they would force generate the highest possible location. Of course, it would be better if it would generate even one higher, then it could break 3 blocks, but yeah, I can only work with that. Yeah, it would also be awesome if you could have a separate, a second wizard in this spot, then you could break 4. But yeah, it's already super rare that a 3x3 would generate, and 2 next to each other, that's like not gonna happen. So this is the closest to spawn at minus 622, 104. The next is already at minus 1500 something, and so on. So by now I've prepared this area a little bit. As you can see, I made it Gauss proof and added the collection system. So a lot of hoppers basically. This will be the wizard cage. I will place him on there and damage him with arrows. And I already stacked up some minecarts, because the portal will hopefully generate, yeah, inside of those minecarts. So if an obsidian item would land somewhere on top of the obsidian blocks, the hopper minecarts can hopefully collect it. Yeah, I also try to make that spawn proof here. Obviously can't make the wizard cage spawn proof, everything would get removed. And the next step is I want to have access to the nether roof, because it would get quite annoying if I have to go to the overworld and do the 1400 block travel each time. So it'd be nice if you can just have a portal on top of the nether. So I already marked out some spaces here. I want to remove 4x8. I used the dragon egg trick to remove bedrock, which was first shown by Redstone Spire. So here we have some banners with dragon eggs on top. As soon as this piston retracts, they would all fall down. You have to go far away, so this would be a just a lazy chunk when you activate it, and then the dragon egg removes the bedrock. So unfortunately I did it in the wrong direction. I was quite lucky that I didn't remove. Okay, we finally removed the rest of the bedrock and I made a portal on the top of the nether. So hopefully if I go through there I'll land the right spot in Overworld. Okay, I'll later add another portal at the top there. And if I go back again, hopefully Silforce generates the right spot. No. That was... oh, it seems like it can generate inside of glass. Okay, we have to put torches on top of here also and remove all possible locations. Didn't know that, so it can only generate on solid blocks. So we've put down torches on top of the glass. Hopefully we can force generate the new portal now. Alright, perfect. Also the minecarts are inside the obsidian now. Should have been one higher this side. Okay. Okay, so now the wizard's in there, we can remove those 2 blocks and hopefully we'll collect all of the obsidian. But there's still the issue that the player is in a portal block, and yeah, they can't put a pressure plate on top of it because there's a portal block, and it would be hard to detect the player. You could maybe do it by AI tricks or so, but yeah, the best solution is, in my opinion, if you would somehow could move the player down. And there's actually a trick in a game which is called egg portals. If you remove one piece of the obsidian of a portal, the player would generate below it, which is perfect. So you fall through the portal and you would land below. And how do I get out of here? So I will remove part of the overworld portal, and hopefully I will land on this block here. There's already a pressure plate on there, and then I would get automatically transported to the upper portal. I will put in translocators later. So let's go to the overworld and do the egg portal trick. By the way, the egg portal trick was first shown by Sheen the Pudding. I will also link his video in the video description. Okay, so we've prepared everything. We're gonna remove this obsidian block here, and then hopefully we'll land on the right spot in the nether. Okay, we've removed the obsidian, and let's see where we land in the nether now. Yeah, perfect. We landed on the pressure plate. So we get through all of that and landed on the pressure plate. This pressure plate will activate the dispenser to damage the wither, and yeah, will transport us upwards afterwards. So me and Enemy finished the rest of the farm. We also used Sheen's trick to make the egg portal on top of the nether, so we also glitched through at the overworld side. And the translocating piston, translocating method we use is mostly activated by those tripwires, and if you stand on top of it, you will start a clock. So if you just use a player, its translocation is unreliable, and if an attempt fails, you just start the next one. As you can see here, it tries to do it multiple times, so that's to make it fail-proof. So here at the top, I'm aligning myself perfectly to land on the overworld side. Take some suffocation damage, that's why we use a beacon here. And then I'm aligned again by the water stream. I had to take off my Death Strider boots. And here we go. Landing on the pressure plate. Meanwhile the wither broke 2 bedrock blocks. And there we go again. So I ask Enemy to loop around a little bit in the farm, so you can see it in more detail. Yep, here he comes. As you can see, it regenerated the portal, and yeah, he activated the dispenser. The wizard got damaged, and obsidian items were collected. So by the way, in Game Mode 3 we're okay on the server, just to do it for demonstration purposes. And it should come any moment. Here it comes again, and it's translocated upwards. And here you can see how he is aligned, and he actually can go through the portal there. Okay, let's see it once more. Alright. So, I already built a small storage. So far we got 56 obsidian, and yeah, of course this is not the fastest farm. Can't really compare it to the speeds of the 1.8 farms, but I think it's the first 1.9 farm that doesn't use any macro, and still it's fully automated. If you're AFK a whole night, you can expect to get about a double chest, so get about 350 per hour. In my opinion, it's better than nothing, and definitely better than mining obsidian by hand, which is just painful. Also some little annotations. you might suggest to move the portal over by 1, so we would break 3 obsidian blocks, but that wouldn't work because over the little platforms every block is basically removed when a new portal generates, and then the vents would be above the platform here and would get removed, the wizard would be set free. So yeah, the portal has to be in this position. And one last note, items shot through a nether portal don't generate portals in the other dimension. So this worked in 1.8, but it's quite similar to the mechanics with the 5.5 end platforms. So items don't generate those anymore, and in 1.9 they also don't generate nether portals anymore. So I hope you enjoyed this little update from the Psycraft server and the new Obsidian farm, and I also plan to do more of those little videos in the near future, but only if I have ideas what to do. So I have 2 plans for small farms that I will tackle in the near future. Okay, have a good day and goodbye.